Ricky Medeiros, at one point, we obviously know him a part of a tag team, is starting to come of his own, especially recently. The shape he is in. He took some time off wrestling, and he came back better than ever. But this match, this got some history to it. But look at this. Ricky Medeiros fired up. But Ricky Medeiros, let's address it. He's not here alone.
No, he's certainly not. He's got Paulie Wood at the helm, who's going to be watching his back from every angle. But let's face it, Ricky Medeiros is a master at team stratagem. It's his truest foundation here in the sport. But we have seen him shine in singles competition in matches past. Could it be the same tonight?
Ricky Medeiros, and I'm speaking from experience here, is absolutely a dangerous competitor. And as you touched on earlier, he is absolutely in the best shape of his career. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in action again tonight.
But speaking of being in action, it's been a while since we've seen him last seen in the Renegade Rumble. But Cipriano Abruzzi is back.
Let's go, Wonk.
You're talking about a day one man right here, a man who never forgot his roots, and we are happy to see him back in the fold tonight. You were talking about a man who was voted as the world's and the RWA's strongest competitor multiple years in a row. He has nothing to prove to anyone, but I guarantee you he's going to leave a lot of new eyes with a strong impression tonight.
Bobby Rossi, I was looking at some of those polls in previous years. You came close second strongest competitor.
That was before I started working out.
Oh, okay.
Before this man got his growth spurt. That was many moons ago. I'm looking to see what kind of new tricks this old dog has learned.
Manny Souza asking both competitors calling for the bell. Now, AJP, let me ask you. Let's address the elephant in the room. The last time we seen Ricky Medeiros, he came outside when they announced Mike Montero announced he was taking time off wrestling. And obviously we know Ricky Medeiros sat under his wing. So without somebody like Mike Montero, how do you think this impacts him?
Mike Montero, as I also speaking from experience, is a hell of a mentor, and absolutely Ricky Medeiros learned a lot from him. But at the same time, he doesn't have that shadow looming over him anymore. He's been poised to strike. I don't know how to put it. He's been waiting for this opportunity to shine on his own without necessarily stepping out of the Dirt City banner. You know what I mean? He's absolutely still waving the flag, but I think he wants to be in the forefront of that picture. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's in the best shape of his career. He looks great as a competitor. He's got all the tools to take that spot that Mike Montero has left.
That's a good point. And also, AJP, I'm curious in your perspective. We talk about Paulie Wood. At one point, we thought he wanted to align himself with Frank and Greedy Bones, and then pulling a card out of nowhere with the DCMC. How much more of a factor is he in these matches?
Honestly, I'm not a football guy, but I have to imagine it's a lot in the sense of which play are we running tonight? How do we want to go at this? Do I just want to be a looming presence? Do I want to be a nagging voice that you can't that gets under your skin, but you can't do anything about it because I'm not in the match? It really depends on the night for these guys, and that's what makes them so dangerous. That's why they are the Dirt City Murder Crew. Paulie Wood is just another variable.
Bobby Rossi, does it look like Ricky Medeiros? Is he going to take flight?
Oh, my goodness.
Ricky Medeiros does so with grace and lethal intensity.
I think Unk caught his head on the ramp over there. I hope he's okay. Now, Cipriano Abruzzi, I keep calling him Monk. That is because he is almost legitimately my uncle. Now, not just because Italians are pretty much all related.
So you and Bobby Rossi, you guys are related?
Unfortunately, by some... It's probable.
Oh, okay.
It's probable.
7th cousins, 14th time removed.
Oh, okay.
I've known Cipriano Abruzzi the entire time he's been in the RWA, a very close friend of the family. He is also the person I had one of my first unofficial matches back. I hope nobody digs up that footage, but I did want to touch on it because I'm proud to say it was against him.
Cover here, Ricky Medeiros, knowing that he has the speed card versus Abruzzi's power, is looking to get the double on him and looking to stay on top of him as much as possible. seeing as how you have been in the ring with Cipriano Abruzzi, as you affectionately refer to as Uncle, what would be Ricky's best strategy in taking him out of this matchup?
Take away his power. I would argue that Sip is in better shape now than when he was an active competitor. And if you can, he has a weak knee. He's gotten that knee surgically repaired, if I recall correctly. That would probably be the, what is the phrase? The Achilles tendon?
The Achilles heel.
The Achilles heel. Because the Achilles tendon is what it's actually called, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I know
AJP dropping that knowledge. But speaking of dropping
the Cutter Kowalski. Sorry to take your thunder there, buddy.
You said it perfectly. The Cutter Kowalski is not just a nickname. He means it too. And is Ricky Medeiros now? Is he feeling a little froggy, AJP?
I think he is. But I've never seen a frog flip like that. This is over. Oh. Well, I spoke too soon and I should have known better. Unless you have a cookie sheet on hand, Cipriano Abruzzi is not the easiest guy to put away.
Cipriano Abruzzi ran out to his feet trying to, but you mentioned it earlier. Cipriano is Abruzzi is a brute, but Ricky Medeiros seemed to in some way met his match. Suplex from Cip goes, wait a second.
We've got ourselves a little tribute here. A Three Amigos action has long since been a staple since the Hollywood Bulge were a staple themselves. Will he get the hat trick? No, I think Ricky's found his way to freedom.
Big headbutt from Cipriano, and a big spine buster from Cip, going for the pin.
That was close.
Now, Bobby Rossi, let's address the elephant in the room. Ricky Medeiros has Hollywood, but if we recall, Manny Souza and Cipriano Abruzzi, they have some history too.
They certainly do, but ever since donning the stripes, Manny Souza has been keeping it down the middle. That is a keen observation there.
Unlike some people. What's really doing it for me with this match is watching Cipriano Abruzzi's children at ringside that I know very well and are part of my family. I'm not going to point them out, but seeing the joy in his eyes, seeing him jump up and down and excited, it reminds me not only of a young me, but it's just beautiful to see. I really, on a personal note, I really want to see Cipriano kick out of this pin right now. It's not looking good for him.
Cover applied, and Medeiros gets the 3 count. AJP does not get his wish.
In front of his children.
What a win for Ricky Medeiros, climbing the ranks here in the RWA. Like we mentioned, without him, it's hard, Mike Montero. He's definitely watching. We want to wish him the best. But how about this, showing a sign of respect? And Cipriano Abruzzi, AJP, we got to bring him back in the RWA.
Hey, that's not up to me, but as far as I know, that guy's got a place as long as he's got a post.
As far as I know, that man never left. He was just taking some time off.
Absolutely.
The door will always be open, and as you can see, there is a mutual show of respect between these two. Yes, there has been a history of competition, but it is all straight competition, and what a way to end a firecracker of a matchup.